Now, this is Clark Kent from the Predatory Lending Network talking to you about the Batman Massacre over in Colorado, where 59 people were wounded and 13 dead so far. So we're asking some folks throughout the galaxy, with the rise in superhero movies, are we creating real-life superheroes and real-life supervillains? So what do you think about that?
I totally agree. So many people are influenced by what they see on TV and at the movies that it's totally a delusional type of presentation for them. They may not be too darn, I can't think of what I was going to say.
Want to start over?
Yeah. I'll just start from there.
So what do you think?
Well, I totally agree with you. I think that there's so many people that see all the violence on TV and at the movies, and they cannot separate that it's make-believe, that it's pretend, and they don't associate the pain that goes along with committing those acts. So they let their fantasies about like seeking vengeance on people and society take them over, and then things like this happen. So I totally think it affects people.
Now, I know you, the person behind the mask, has gotten some awards for taking care of the city and accommodations from the mayor. But normally when I go to other events where people dress up as evil characters like Darth Vader and stuff like that, you ask them about defending good and evil. And the people talking about evil have so much more to say and make evil sound so much more appealing than good. What do you have to say about the people dressing up as evil characters? I'm not necessarily knocking you, but what do you have to say about that?
I think some people need to get a grip. You know, it's just that fantasy is one thing and reality is another thing. And you know, no person has the right to impose their will on another person by force or by force of will. And so, like I said, I think people need to get a grip and realize that, once again, it is just pretend. And should try to get along and see what good they can do for people, and maybe they'll get good if they do some good, as opposed to try to achieve what they want through a bad act or a violent act against someone.
Now, what do you think we could learn from this situation? Is there something that the normal everyday folks can learn from this, and how they can?
You got to always have your wits about you in society. But I'm a believer in freedom and a right to own a firearm. But I also do not think that people necessarily need to own AK-47s, hand grenades, and things like that for their own private use. And there's certainly a bit too much of that around, so people can avail themselves to doing something terrible like yesterday.
Okay, is there any last-minute things you'd like to say to the folks?
Everyone have a safe and peaceful summer. And just remember, who's your daddy?
So in closing, this is Clark Kent, I'm the Predatory Lender, signing out.
Excellent. Not bad.